Hey buddies, I just came across a stroke of retardation. It's a video by a guy named Gigook called the Moe Revolution. Let us watch it together with our family and complain.
When we think of anime today, it's hard to ignore one aspect that has seemingly taken over the medium as we know it in the modern day. Moe. Moe anime, moe girls, moe shows, whether it be a style, a genre, or just a feeling, it's hard to explain exactly what moe is to an uninformed outsider.
Typically all you have to do is look up a dictionary definition. It means feeling emotions towards something that isn't real. It's not really that hard to understand, actually.
At all. Formed outsider. Yet anyone familiar with anime will grow to have an unspoken understanding of it because it is everywhere. Nowadays, moe absolutely dominates anime, but it wasn't always like this. In fact, it's something that many of you may have witnessed the rise of yourself within the very lifespan of your anime fandom. How did such a vague, broad concept rise to prominence to become synonymous with the modern anime culture? How long has moe been around for anyway, and how has it evolved over the years?
Maybe if you listen to the actual meaning of words such as moe and didn't just identify them apparently having to do with cartoons that happen to be Japanese, you would understand that it doesn't mean anything and that there's... Okay, I made my point.
Today I wanted to tell the story of moe, how its journey led to it taking over the medium as we see it today, and maybe unravel the secret formula behind what seems to be just cute anime girls.
Little ad break. I'm just asking, does anybody else agree that this guy just has like a general arrogance in his voice and also has this general, like, I think I'm funny but I'm not in his voice? I mean, there are lots of types of I think I'm funny but I'm not, because there's so many unfunny people. Like most British people, to be honest. Oh yeah, this guy's British. What the fuck? He's going to die.
This is the Moe Revolution. To understand where moe came from, we first need to understand what moe actually is, and that's easier said than done. Aside from it having something to do with making your Kokoro go Doki Doki Literature Club.
Haha, he referenced Doki Doki Literature Club, so he thinks he's funny. Okay, I already made fun of the fact that he's not funny, but he's probably gonna make me cringe like a billion times because he sucks penises.
It's been very commonly debated as to how moe is truly defined.
Shut the fuck up, oh my god, shut the fuck up, oh my god, you are a dumb cunt. Oh.
Now, I don't think we're just going to be able to grab an Oxford English dictionary off the shelf and find a hard definition of what moe is.
I know that it's kind of lazy for me to just keep this video going and not pick out actual things, but oh my god, I said before I did that and it's not that hard, you dumb fucker.
So maybe we can use the next best thing. Urban Dictionary. Moe is when your heart gets a boner. Huh. That's actually pretty accurate. Wait, so if you're female, does that mean moe characters make your heart go moist? Jokes aside, the idea that moe is when your heart gets a boner is pretty much the one sentence definition I normally settle on when describing it to strangers. But I think at its core it's a feeling of affection or attraction towards a specific character or character traits that comes from a place of innocence.
It took you 2 or 3 minutes to say that, you dumb person with a penis.
Some may describe it as a burning desire to protect a character. Some may describe it as character features that have...
Oh, and it's got all these features, and it's awesome. And now everyone's gonna fucking think I'm cool!
Thank you, TJ. The amazing atheist himself agreed to be a part in this video. I tied him up. He didn't willingly do it, but my point is, this fucking idiot, along with a lot of other people who somehow are, I don't know if it's racism or special snowflakeism, think that there's a difference in the definition of moe just because it has to do with Japanese things or simplistic art styles. They fucking think they're cool when they shouldn't, because there's no point in it. Alright, are you dumb retard realized yet? Yeah. You know what, fine, I'll skip some of this video because this is so boring and shitty.
For such a vague concept, it's hard to point to a specific origin point, as it could be argued that the idea of constructing characters with the goal of eliciting an intimate response of affection is as old as the medium itself.
What fucking medium, you dumb asshole cunt man? Why are you so stupid? Why do I have to pick at your brain and my mind and torture you because you are such a retard? But anyways, for the next few minutes he goes on about history of stuff and boring stuff.
While Whilst the true origins of Moe are widely debatable, I'm sure we can all agree that it was the shows created by Kyoto Animation in the mid to late 2000s that cemented the concept in the mainstream anime consensus.
Blah 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 shot it.
Which would truly solidify the oncoming revolution. Change was coming, and it was in the form of a bossy brunette high school girl who was a god. Literally. The melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya blasted onto screens in 2006, and Haruhi stamped down her presence, which was felt across the whole community. Anyone around just over 10 years ago will remember how much of a cultural phenomenon this was for our community, because the whole quirkiness of the show was something that we hadn't really seen before.
Yeah, I remember when it was new, and I remember I always liked it. I think. But, since we're talking about it, I'd like to focus on the negative. I love the naysayers. Arnold Schwarzenegger says, don't listen to the naysayers. I say, listen to the naysayers. My point is, just like a lot of sitcoms these days, like Seinfeld or Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they always have some shit about how the main character always has something bad happen to them all the time and is disrespected. I mean, Always Sunny, it's more like D, sweet lesbian D, cunt hole, but my point is, Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, yeah, it did kind of set that standard of what you're talking about, that you're not wording right, but where there's this likable female, and the male role is technically the main character, and that male role is completely disrespected and treated like shit the whole time and not taken seriously by the story, which is just lazy, crappy storytelling. Just saying. So you suck my dick. Just saying.
Before anime was known for its futuristic cyberpunk, giant robots, shonen fights, and then seemingly overnight, everyone was doing a synchronized dance.
Wait, what? Before? Don't you mean after? Gundam, all the friggin' famous mech stuff? No, but apparently before. Did you just get your facts wrong or something? I mean, obviously Naruto was around before. You are a brain damaged retard.
To a hyperactive J-pop song, starting religions around a high school girl, and scouting people for the SOS Brigade. It wasn't just about Haruhi, it was about buying into her ethos. Haruhi wasn't just another anime girl, Haruhi was a god, and she was your god, one whom you must obey.
Not my fucker.
You had high school girl Haruhi, bunny girl Haruhi with a guitar, a catchy dance only dedicated fans would be able to pull off, and Aya Hirano, who was catapulted into superstar status.
Not as much superstar status as you might think, just saying. You can't just say somebody is becoming a rock star and say that they are, because people do that fallacy all the time.
That you can't just say the word bankruptcy and expect anything to happen.
Lucky Star saw levels of popularity equal or even exceeding that of Haruhi, a show about a group of schoolgirls really just being cute and hanging out, something which a young 18-year-old gigak at the time did not.
Oh my god, it's so beautiful, it has to suck my penis. No. Well, you know, again, I don't see why you're only wanting to see the positive in something like this. A bunch of people hang out. I get a lot of Japanese animations like this, just like the bright bullshit reality, because people want to feel calmer about everything and happier about life. Well, how about, have you ever considered that that is incredibly fucked up in terms of encouragement? It's kind of like, you know, the whole thing of, oh, let's brainwash you by having you forget everything bad that's going on so you can suck our penises in our society, instead of trying to strive to be happy with your life and accept it. Instead, you have to suck Lucky Star's penis. Lucky penis? That's pretty fucking bad, I think, personally. But some people are retard fuckholes, so... Anyways, then he goes on to the other famous Kyoto one, K-On!
When we think of influential shows in the history of anime, we think of international mega hits like Akira, Evangelion, and Dragon Ball Z. Anime that...
I thought you were claiming that the Moe stuff was the more popular stuff, but I guess not. I guess you contradicted yourself because you're a retarded boner boy.
K-On! Is one of the most important and influential shows to come out for modern anime. Yeah, those were really words that just came out of my mouth.
You know, I gotta make fun of the humor again of how bad it is. What? Yeah, those were words that just came out of my mouth. Like, was there something wrong with your opinion that K-On! Is an important anime? What, you know, I see all the time in his bullshit community, I always see these people who seem to think that everything they do is unimportant, or that their interests in anime are somehow less significant than something else. And that's why I think it's such a special snowflake bullshit for people to be attached to what they call moe stuff. They think that it's relatable to them for being simplistic and uninteresting, and that it's... You know what I'm saying? They always say that they're not things that are more important in life, or entertainments that are greater, yet they like this. So what's wrong with just being entertained by it? I mean, I know I'm complaining about it, but I just have actual reasons to. They're the ones defending it. You see what I'm saying? You see why you're a fucking cunhole retard?
K-On! Was the final evolution Kyoto Animation had set on the path they started. While Haruhi could still be seen as a high school comedy with a sci-fi twist, and Lucky Star could be seen as a slice of life high school comedy in the same vein as Azumanga Daioh, just with a very, very strong moe element, K-On! Wasn't really any of those. It was just moe, and it was the first time people started calling an entire show as such.
I don't understand how that is different from how you just described Lucky Star and everything, but okay, dumb fuckhole.
This was something the community hadn't seen before. The main selling point wasn't its grand plot points, it wasn't its gut-busting comedy, romance, or action. It was just the fluffy feeling of being able to hang with cute, cuddly anime girls.
Again, same as Lucky Star.
K-On! Damn near created its own genre. The evolution became a revolution.
Oh my god, amazing. And if you bother to look at all the shit that I just skipped between the past minute, he just says, I claim that it was popular and everything, that people felt connections. He doesn't have any real explanation of why it could have been, why it was apparently special. You know, I personally think that it was also influential, but I think that you should not just have the personal incredulity fallacy, I think it's called. You should not just say, I'm fucking special, I'm right about everything to explain that. You should actually explain why, you dumbass.
What came next was a plethora of shows I can only describe as belonging in the moe genre. Now, a lot of people, myself included, have referred to moe as a genre before, so let's just set the record straight and say definitively, moe isn't a genre. Technically. In the same way that shonen isn't technically a genre, but people often refer to it as one because of the trends and commonalities.
This guy can make a billion-year video on just not really talking about any psychological, philosophical reasons on this, yet think it's so special for something about just his personal feelings. Now I get it, other people are relating to that, they find it special. But don't you think that is a little dumb? That he is, as I said, only looking at the positive. Now, there's a guy, just like the wise old great Gigook that we must suck his penis of. There's another guy I follow on YouTube. I mean, I don't follow Gigook on YouTube, don't get me wrong there, I would never do that bullshit. But my point is, there's a code provider. He was formerly one of those anime reviewers who, those reviewers who reviewed the latest chapter of the fucking Berserk or so. And he slowly sort of gathered more intelligence. He said that, I found it interesting, I don't remember when exactly, but he said that he felt urged by his audience to fake enthusiasm, like act overly enthusiastic, and that's how all the other For Neverworld, Double 4 anime, how they do it, and that they don't really feel genuinely passionate about it. And I see that in other things too, like a lot of people who think they're special just for liking video games or something. But there was this interesting video he made visiting one of Akihabara's biggest, waifu, whatever, manga stores.
You can buy every little thing you need in your life at Akihabara. And that is not for me. That realization, sitting there in that maid cafe and feeling like I was the only fucking sane person there who realized all this shit, just like Sato from Welcome to the NHK. I really understand Sato now, I really do, but it soured me to the whole otaku thing in general. It soured me to wanting to buy anime figures. I don't want to buy anime figures because I just feel like I'm feeding into this fucking conspiracy. I don't want to buy any of this shit. Anime, manga, the art, that's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. I'm about manga. I'm about the stories. I'm about the artwork. I'm not about all this fake contrived bullshit designed to fucking trap you in this otaku lifestyle where you do not need any actual people in your life. It honestly is like a spell.
Isn't that just the most orgasmic wisdom you have heard all day or all night or wow, whatever time?
Girls doing amazing things that we'll never be able to achieve in our lifetime because we're stuck here watching some video documenting the history of cute anime girls.
You know, I gotta say, you have pretty fucking terrible taste in music in terms of what fits in with the... whatever.
Ever since K-On! And his predecessors, in some way or another,
Really? Tiny Dancer? That is not even... You're not even trying. You're stupid. You are a dumb fucking cunto. That does not fit at all. I've seen Elton John live, so you can suck my cock. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. He's gay. Did you know that? I bet you didn't know that. You didn't know that.
decades of a genre and eventually died down. Moe hasn't done that. Moe hasn't separated its...
But what if it does in the future? It's possible that nothing lasts. It's possible for something to die. Just because it hasn't happened yet does not mean it will not happen. Does not mean it's more important than mech or whatever the balls, alright? Hey, you dumb cunt. Ad hominem. I love ad hominem because I use it on you. Anyways, the rest of this video is nothing interesting. So, basically, I am right and he is wrong about everything. Bye.